How do I learn to trust my partner again after he's cheated?
Rebuilding trust, that's the big question. Everybody always wants to know, how can I ever trust you again? Some people have a difficult time with that because some people have multiple betrayal or levels of betrayal in their history, either through molestation experiences, maybe through physical abuse, maybe through abandonment by a parent who ran off with somebody else. So this is just one more in a long series, and so it's going to make it more difficult for them to trust again. But the primary exercise for rebuilding trust is the very same exercise that occurs between a mother and a child. And it's called, in the first developmental stage of infancy, is called trust versus mistrust. And it happens when a mom touches and talks to and sings in a very soothing, caring voice to the baby, playing with that little baby's ear, just running a finger over that baby's nose. Nice, safe, soothing touch. So one of the series of exercises I do with couples in helping rebuild trust is non-sexual touching or non-demand touching, and has no erotic benefit to it at all, none. It's just to help you feel comfortable in your spouse's presence, help you feel somewhat sedated, and actually it'll put you sound asleep. And there are several of those exercises we do. Now the other thing that has to happen as you rebuild trust is you have to follow the rules. And it's always the infidel's responsibility to take responsibility for following the rules. You can't have a wife checking on you all the time to make sure you're doing what you say you're going to do. You have to belly up to the bar and say, this is my responsibility to rebuild this trust, not hers, and you have to assume it. Here's how you do it. First thing you say, the rule, no surprises. There can be no surprises. If you do surprise your spouse, you take her right back into PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. She's right back to square one. She's going to start obsessing again. You're going to start getting fried. You're really hurting yourself. So you have to say to yourself, I cannot surprise my wife and ask for forgiveness later on. You can't do it. Not now, not while you're rebuilding trust. Second rule, inform prior to the fact. Now, everybody has changes in the schedule, so if you're going to have a change in schedule, or you're going to end up being somewhere where she doesn't know you're going to be, or at least not at the time she thought you were going to be there, you need to call ahead of time during these few months of rebuilding trust. It doesn't take long, and if she wants to trust you, the trust will begin to come back pretty quickly if you follow the rules. Third rule, keep your word. I don't care how small the word is. If it's that you'll pay a bill, if you'll take out the trash, if you'll do this or that, keep your word. Because every time during this traumatic recovery period where you're trying to rebuild trust, if you fail to keep your word, it just sends the whole recovery process backwards. The fourth thing, do not be guarded. Guardedness is a learned response that the infidel often goes through and has actually carried into his life or her life since they were children, where they only tell half-truths, they only tell the story to make themselves look good, they only tell what they think you need to know, all that guardedness. And you can tell that you're struggling or bouncing up against guardedness when you feel like you have to ask the perfect question to get the answer you're looking for. If that's how you feel, then what you're facing is guardedness, and you will never rebuild trust as long as that guardedness is in place.